Good morning, my dear students. I am Dr. Deepak More, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Sanjani Mahavidyalaya Chapoli. Today we are going to study about essay section, that is On the Rule of the Road, written by A. G. Gardner, and we can discuss text with discussion of the remaining part, that is part number 3rd of our essay, that is On the Rule of the Road, written by A. G. Gardner. In the another para of essay, the writer suggests us that, and there is the more harmless person who has bought a very blunt gramophone and on Sunday afternoon sets the thing going, opens the windows and fills the street with keep the home fires burning, or some similar banality. What are the right limits of social behavior in a matter of this sort? Let us take the troublesome trombone as an illustration again. Hazlitt said that a man who wanted to learn that fearsome instrument was entitled to learn it in his own house, even though he was a nuisance to his neighbors, but it was his business to make the nuis- nuisance as slight as possible. He must practice in the attic and shut the window. He had no right to sit in his front room, open the window, and blow his noise into his neighbor's ears with the maximum of violence. And so with the gramophone. If you like the gramophone, you are entitled to have it, but you are interfering with the liberties of your neighbors if you don't do what you can to limit the noise to your own household. Your neighbors may not like keep the home fires burning. They may prefer to have their Sunday afternoon undisturbed, and it is as great an importance for you to willfully trespass on their peace as it would be to go unshaked into their gardens and trample on their flower beds. There are cases, of course, where the clash of liberties seems to defy compromise. My dear old friend X, who lives in the West End Square and who is an amazing mixture of good nature and irascibility, flies into a passion when he hears a street piano and rushes out to order it away. But nearby lives a distinguished lady of romantic picaresque tastes who dotes on street pianos and attracts them as wasps are attracted to a jar of jam. Whose liberty in this case should surrender to the other? For the life of me, I cannot say. It is as reasonable to like street pianos as to dislike them, and vice versa. I would give much to hear Panza's solution of such a nice riddle. In this way, in this the writer suggests us that the narrator gives the example of William Hazlitt, a great writer, said that a person who wants to learn the musical instrument like trombone has a right to learn it at his own home, but he should try to create minimum disturbance. He should practice the trombone in his attic and should keep the windows closed. Similarly, if one would like to play the gramophone at the house, that person should keep the volume low so as not to disturb the neighbors. Bustling the peace of others is like going to their gardens without permission and pluck out the flowers' beds. That is why it is very difficult to decide whose liberty is most important. The narrator's friend does not like street pianos, and whenever he finds them, he orders them away. But there is an old lady who loves to listen to the music played on the street piano. Both of them have a liberty either to listen to and not to listen to the street piano. It is difficult to decide whose liberty is more important. The world is complex and we should try to find a balance between individual liberty and social liberty. मीन्स म्हणजेच इन मराठी लँग्वेज लेखकांच्या मते एखादी व्यक्ती दुपारी मोठ्याने संगीत लावून आजूबाजूच्या लोकांना त्रास देत असेल तर ही सुसंस्कृत वर्तणूक नव्हे. विल्यम हॅझलिट एक महान लेखक असे म्हणतात की एखाद्या व्यक्तीला ट्रोम्बोनसारखे संगीत वाद्य वाजवायला शिकायचे आहे तर त्याला त्याच्या स्वतःच्या घरी ते शिकण्याचा पूर्ण अधिकार आहे. परंतु त्याने कमीत कमी गोंधळ किंवा कमीत कमी आवाजामध्ये आवाज निर्माण होईल याची दक्षता घेतली पाहिजे. आवाज लहान केला पाहिजे. त्याने ट्रोम्बोन हे वाद्य वाजवण्याचा सराव त्याच्या घरात खिडक्या बंद ठेवून केला पाहिजे. त्याचप्रमाणे जर एखाद्याला त्याच्या घरात संगीत ऐकायचे असेल तर त्याने शेजाऱ्यांना त्रास न होऊ देता हळू आवाजामध्ये संगीत ऐकलं पाहिजे. दुसऱ्याच्या शांततेचा भंग करणे म्हणजे एखाद्याच्या बागेत विनापरवानगी जाऊन झाडांची फुले तोडून फेकण्यासारखे होय. त्यानंतर दुसऱ्या पॅराग्राफमध्ये लेखक वाचकांना असा सल्ला देतात की कधीकधी कोणाचे स्वातंत्र्य महत्त्वाचे आहे हे निश्चित करणे अवघड बनते. लेखकाच्या मित्राला रस्त्यावरचे पियानोचे संगीत ऐकायला आवडत नसे आणि जेव्हा केव्हा त्याच्या समोर ते दिसत असे तो त्या पियानो वाजवणाऱ्याला हाकलून लावत असे. परंतु तिथे एक वृद्ध स्त्री त्या रस्त्यावर पियानो वादनाच्या संगीताचा आनंद प्राप्त करत होती. दोघांनाही ते रस्त्यावरील पियानो वादन ऐकण्याचे किंवा न ऐकण्याचे स्वातंत्र्य आहे. म्हणूनच कोणाचे स्वातंत्र्य अधिक महत्त्वाचे आहे हे ठरवणे कठीण आहे. हे जग संमिश्र आहे आणि या जगात आपल्या वैयक्तिक स्वातंत्र्य आणि सामाजिक स्वातंत्र्य यात समतोल राखला पाहिजे. रस्त्यावरचे नियम हे सामाजिक नियम आहेत जे आपण पाळले पाहिजे. हे खरे आहे की आपल्या सर्वांकडे स्वातंत्र्य आहे, परंतु आपण आपली जबाबदारी समजून घेतली पाहिजे. आपल्या वर्तणुकीमुळे इतरांना इजा पोहोचणार नाही किंवा इतरांना त्रास होणार नाही याची काळजी घेणे ही आपली जबाबदारी होय. Then in the next para of our essay, the writer suggests us that there are cases, of course, where the clash of liberty seems to defy compromise. My dear old friend X, who lives in West End Square. Then, in another para, the writer suggests us that I suppose the fact is that we can be neither complete anarchists nor complete socialists in the complex world, or rather, we must be a judicious mixture of both. We have both liberties to preserve our individual liberty and our social liberty. We must watch the bureaucrat on the one side and warn off the anarchist on the other. I am neither a Marxist nor a Tolstoyan, but a compromise. I shall not permit any authority to say that may my child must go to the school or that shall specialize in science or arts, shall play roger or sorcerer. These things are personal, but if I proceed to say that my child shall have no education at all, that he shall be brought up as a Primeval Savage or at Mr. Fagin's Academy for pickpockets, then society will politely but firmly tell me that it has no use for primeval savages and a very stern objection to pickpockets, and that my child must have a certain minimum of education whether I like or it or not. I cannot have the liberty to be a nuisance to my neighbors or make my child a burden and a danger to the commonwealth. In the last para of our essay, the writer addresses to the audience that it is in the small matters of conduct, in the observance of the rule of the road, that we pass judgment upon ourselves and declare that we are civilized or uncivilized. The great moments of heroism and sacrifice are rare. It is the little habits of commonplace intercourse that make up the great sum of life and sweeten or make bitter the journey. I hope my friend in the railway carriage will reflect on this. Then he will not cease, I am sure, to explain to his neighbor where French went wrong and where the Germans went ditto. But he will do it in a way that will permit me to read my blue book undisturbed. Then, in another para of our essay, the writer suggests us that the rule of the road, both of them have a liberty either to listen to and not to listen to the street piano. It is difficult to decide whose liberty is more important. The world is complex and we should try to find a balance between individual liberty and social liberty. The rule of the road is an example of the social rules that we need to follow. It is true that all of us have liberty, but we should also understand our responsibility. Our responsibility is to see that the others are not harmed or disturbed because of our behavior. People give up a small amount of individual liberty in order to preserve collective liberty. People agree to obey traffic laws. They give up some liberties to maximize the liberty of all to drive in a safe and efficient fashion. Hence, the social liberties can only be guaranteed by collective agreement to surrender certain individual liberties. म्हणजेच इन मराठी प्रस्तुत पाठात सामाजिक स्वातंत्र्याविषयी वर्णन केलेले आहे. लोकांनी सामाजिक स्वातंत्र्य जपण्याकरिता वैयक्तिक स्वातंत्र्याचा छोटा हिस्सा सोडून दिला पाहिजे. लोक वाहतुकीचे नियम पाळतात, त्यासाठी ते त्याचे स्वातंत्र्यही त्याग करतात, जेणेकरून जेणेकरून सर्वजण सुरक्षित आणि प्रभावकारी प्रवास करू शकतील. हे जणू काही आपल्या स्वातंत्र्याला हिरावून घेणे किंवा संपुष्टात आणण्यासारखे होय. आपण हिरावले जाण्याची किंवा संपुष्टात येण्याची इच्छा आपण सोडली पाहिजे, कारण आपल्यालाही इतर लोक आपल्यापासून दुरावू नयेत किंवा संपुष्टात येऊ नयेत अशीच इच्छा असते. म्हणूनच निश्चितच वैयक्तिक स्वातंत्र्य हे सामूहिक संमतीने खात्रीशीरपणे सामाजिक स्वातंत्र्यापुढे शरणागती पत्करते. थँक्यू व्हेरी मच.